Okay, at my last video, I showed how to apply Lipsense, what it was, what it's all about, what all the craze is about. But this one, I wanted to just share my own story about how I got started with it, because I feel like a lot of people have asked me, like, why are you selling lipstick? What's going on in your life that you now feel like you have to sell lipstick? So I just feel like it's important to put out why I'm doing this, because I think that a lot of people, I should say, well, a lot of people, I was going to say a lot of women, but really, whatever. A lot of people could kind of reap the benefits of this company and don't even realize this opportunity that's kind of in front of us that I had to take advantage of. So my background is in exercise physiology. My master's is in public health. It has nothing to do with cosmetics. I do have a lot of business in my current job, my current career, and a lot of marketing and some sales. So I feel comfortable with all of that. But that's not what drug me into this or intrigued me. Like a backstory is back this summer, my mother-in-law bought me a gift certificate for this product called Lipsense. I had never heard of it. I'd never heard any word about it. And so no one I knew wore it. And so I thought, oh, that's really cool. I love lipstick, whatever. But, you know, I took it as that, a present, and I'll just cash it in when I have time. And she, you know, kind of informed me, you have to meet with this distributor and you have to talk to her to get your colors and get your order. And I thought, oh my gosh, like, not that I didn't want to, because I love lipstick and I love it, but I was like, oh my gosh, I have 2 kids, I work full time, I'm driving these little people around. I travel for my job. I was like, how am I gonna get to a place and sit down with someone and look over lipstick? Like, that's not gonna work. So what ended up happening is I reached out to this lady, and she actually was very kind and said, it doesn't matter if you know what color you want, order it and I'll just mail it to you. And I thought, oh, that's super easy. I mean, that's what I do in a store. I never get to try makeup because I'm cheap. And so I've never spent more than like $3 on a tube of lipstick, maybe $5 if I'm feeling very, very rich that day. Usually that's because I got like change from Sonic or something. And so I feel like I've got a little extra cash in my pocket. So if I spend more than $3 on a tube of lipstick, but I'm usually in a Walgreens or something. So I'm not trying it on anyway. I just kind of look at the colors either on the picture of the model or just kind of look at it on the swatch, whatever, and kind of just go with what I like. So to me, it wasn't weird to pick a color without trying it on. And I know that is weird for some people, but for me, it's not. So anyway, so I told her what color I wanted, pomegranate, which is still one of my favorites. But anyway, she emailed or mailed it to me, and got home. It had a little instruction booklet in it, and I did what it said, and I was like, oh my God, this stuff is amazing. I mean, it was amazing. It first of all, I have tried those long CoverGirl. I don't want to bash any other product because honestly, I've worn all of them. But the other ones I've worn are super thick, and they feel like if I do this, which I know is attractive, but if I do anything, it cracks almost, or it makes my lips feel like they're like sucked in. This is so smooth and so easy. And so I was like, this is amazing. Okay, but what sold me was that night we went out for a friend's birthday. And first of all, I got a compliment. I walked in the door and my friend, who's a redhead, she was like, oh my gosh, like I never find a dark lip that looks like because pomegranate is kind of a ruddy orange. And she's like, I've never found a good orangey red. What is that? And I was like telling her about it. And I said, it supposedly doesn't come off. I mean, I go, so far it's been great. And she's like, well, we'll test it. So we had beer and wine, possibly vodka tonic, possibly French fries with gravy. We had a whole array of foods and drink that should have eliminated my lipstick within my first bite or drink. I mean, right? I mean, you guys know. So after the end of, or not the end of the night, but like halfway through the night, I went to the restroom, whatever, and walk in there. I didn't even look in the mirror because I had to use the restroom. Walk out to go wash my hands. Immediately, just by habit, reach in my purse to get my lipstick out, which I brought my Lipsense because in my head, you bring your lipstick wherever you go because you have to reapply it every 5 seconds. I reach in my purse. I kind of look up and my lips are exactly how they were 6 hours ago. I mean, I know this sounds like whatever, but it was crazy to me. I was like, how in the heck is this still on? Like, I've eaten, I've drank, it was crazy. So I was hooked. I was done. Done. So ordered some more colors, loved it. Okay, fast forward to like a month ago. And one of my friends who seriously I've known since birth, our moms have been friends a million years. They've taught together. Anyway, she's just this amazing woman. And the thing about what struck me about her is she's a very smart businesswoman. She's a hard worker. She's business savvy and like she's logical and makes good decisions. You know what? She's just one of those people like that. She's that person in your life where you're like, yeah, she's got her head straight on her shoulders. So anyway, I saw that she was selling it. I'm like, that's awesome. I'll start buying it from her. So I reached out to her and, said, I obviously want to buy from you. I know you, we're friends. And she's like, great. Well, then it just struck me right afterwards. I'm like, wait, why are you selling it? Because she had just had a baby. So I'm like, did you quit your job? Because are you staying home? And she's like, oh, no. This is such an amazing opportunity. I just felt like I had to jump on board with it. And I said, well, I don't understand what, like, you're selling makeup. I mean, that sounds awful, but that's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, this is an amazing opportunity. You're selling lipstick. And she goes, well, my sorority sister, who's a friend of hers, she goes, she made almost $25,000 last month, in her sales and commission. And I was like, what? And I said, oh, and in my head, I'm like, oh, she's like started this company, or she's so far up that she's like, no. She's like my sorority sister. Like, I'm right. Like, I'm selling under her. Like, that's it. Like, she's my, and I'm like, and she goes, she's only been doing it for, I can't remember what she said, but it wasn't long. It was like a couple years, maybe a year. And I said, you are kidding me. And she goes, no, it's taken the country by storm. It's really picking up speed. It's a Sapulpa native that created it. And she goes, so in Oklahoma and Texas, we kind of know about it. And she's like, but in the rest of the country, like, there's not that many distributors. There's not that many people that know about it. And she goes, so it's like one of those times that if you get in early, you could make some sales. And she goes, and the thing is, there's like no quotas, there's no deadlines, there's no upfront buying products, which I can't deal with. I was like, I don't have time to like buy $1,000 worth of product and try to resell that. Like, that's not gonna work for me. She goes, no, it's $55. That's it. $55. She goes, you get a kit, which is like some handbooks and some like tools to tell you about how to sell it. And she goes, and then that's it. You just post on your Facebook, like start a Facebook page and get started. And I said, well, here's the thing. I just want a discount for myself. I don't really want to sell it. Like, I want to sell it, but I just want my own discount. And she's like, that's perfect. She goes, you get a 20% discount regardless of your order size. Like, you always will get a 20% discount as a wholesaler. And I was like, awesome, I'm in. So I sign up with her just because I'm like, why not? Like, it's not going to cost, I don't have to buy any product. I don't have to invest anything. I mean, $55, that's just, I know that's a lot, but it's not like a lot. And I'm in, I'm good. And so I get my kit. Well, I tell a couple of my friends, because they already kind of knew I loved Lipsense, but I tell a couple of them like, hey, I'm actually going to get a wholesale discount. If you guys ever want to buy anything, just tell me and I'll order it for you. You guys, it was like, psh, like wildfire. Like, I showed up to my gym with, some colors on my arm, like some samples just to show people. And I borrowed my samples from my friend because, like I said, I did not want to put a ton of money into this. I just wanted to get a discount. So I was like, I'm not buying a bunch of samples. I'm not buying hundreds of dollars worth of samples and then I'm buying, I'm not making any money. So she let me borrow a couple of her samples. I put them on my arm and I went to the gym with it, went to my kids' school, picked the kids' school. My first order, I was in it for 2 weeks. I was doing this, and my first order was for it was like $984. What? So, okay, well, when that happens, your first 90 days of selling this, you get a 50% discount if you sell over a certain amount. So I was like, oh my God, I just made basically almost $500 like in my pocket. I just made that from one order. Now, I knew in my head, I thought this will not continue. I just need to calm down, because that wasn't my goal. My goal was just to get my own discount, help my friends out if they wanted it, and that's it. Well, it continued. Like, I kept getting orders, or I kept getting someone like reaching out to me, hey, like, what's this about? Like, I want to have a party after Christmas, because Christmas was a big deal. You know, people didn't want to spend a bunch of money before Christmas, but they were like, we want a party. We want to see what this is about, but let's just wait till January. So I'm like, great, that's awesome. Well, in that process, I had several people approach me about like, well, why are you selling it? And I'm like, I had to go through the whole story. Like, I work full time. I have a great job that pays. I mean, I'm not looking for like a ton of extra money. I just really wanted a discount on a product I love. That's how I started it. And so several of them have been like, well, I'm in. Like, you made a little money. You have these goals, which I do now, because it's amazing. This company is like crazy amazing of how they want you to succeed. And so, anyway, they've reached out to me, and now I'm building a team who in a month, okay guys, in a month, I sold almost $2,000 worth of, now that's the retail. So I profited almost $1,000. But I spent a lot of that on samples just because I was like, why not? I have the extra money now. I'll just buy some samples and some stock. Might as well. And just bought some little supply stuff. But I mean, it was all not out of pocket because it all came from selling that lipstick. And so almost $2,000 in retail in December. And then by the end of December, I had two girls that wanted to be on my team. So in that amount of time, I have basically built a small business, which I know a lot of girls do, but it's just shocking to me. It's amazing, and I'm so grateful, and it's something that I just feel like the need to share it, because it's not for everyone. It's not. Some people are like, I would never in my life do that, and that's awesome. That's fine. But for those who have that little bit of like, that's intriguing, like, I wonder what that's about, call me. Like, text me, call me. I will give you the real deal. I will not lie to you. I will not sell you on it. I will tell you the real deal about it. And you can decide, because it's kind of amazing, and I love it. And the color, I mean, honestly, in the end, I just love the product so much, and I want it to, I think everyone should have it. I think it's amazing. So anyway, if you guys have any questions about it, if you want to have a party, if you want me to come to your house, if you want me to just email you some stuff so you don't have to like take up your time, I'll do whatever. I just feel like this is something that's really cool. I do it in my spare time. I have a full-time job. I do not do this during my daytime hours. The only time I do anything is on my lunch hour, just because I'm sitting anyway and eating lunch. So sometimes, and I have a cold, I'm sorry. Sometimes I do this during my lunch hour or before or after work. But it's spare time stuff. And I just love it. I've really enjoyed it. Part of it's because my friend got me into this, and so I work with her. She's my like teammate, my upline, whatever you want to call it. And then the two girls that are on my team are friends too, and so it's just been really fun. We get to text and talk about how we're doing and reach out to our friends and tell them what we're doing. And so anyway, let me know if you want to talk, and if you don't, that's okay. Just stay on my Facebook page if you're at least bit interested in even buying a lipstick product. If you want to try it, I'm gonna hold an open house type thing in the next couple weeks where people can come and stop and try my samples. And just ask questions. There's no pressure to buy. Like, once again, this is like for fun for me. This is not life or death. If you buy something or don't buy something my kids won't eat. It's just for fun. So I never, ever, ever will